Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. On May 13, 2025, the Bureau of Industry and Security (BIS) of the U.S. Department of Commerce released a blockbuster news that anyone and any company in the world who dares to use Huawei's Ascend AI chip will touch the red line of U.S. law. The U.S. intention is very clear. Dare to use Huawei, wait for sanctions, and be sentenced to 20 years in prison. The AI system project signed by Malaysia and Huawei was so frightening that it was hastily withdrawn after only 24 hours. When the United States used the excuse of national security to suppress Japanese semiconductors, it also did the same thing. When the outside world thought that China would protest and warn, it did not expect China to overturn the negotiation table and directly hit a set of combined punches, using both laws and resources. In the face of the unilateral malicious bullying of the United States, China immediately issued a blockbuster news: any organization or individual once implementing or assisting in the implementation of relevant U.S. measures will be suspected of violating the Anti-Foreign Sanctions Law of the People's Republic of China and other laws and regulations, and will bear corresponding legal responsibilities in accordance with the law. In a word, if you dare to listen to the United States, wait for a subpoena. If 197 countries around the world implement the U.S. ban, they will directly face the dual risks of market access and legal sanctions in China. At that time, China's rare earths and Chinese-made products will not be introduced. A living example: last year, the Dutch lithography machine giant ASML had its 520 million assets of its subsidiary in China frozen due to its cooperation with the United States in cutting off supply to China. In March this year, a senior executive of a U.S. company was directly included in the banned entry blacklist for participating in the sanctions against Huawei. China has always kept its word and never bowed to hegemony. It is wishful thinking for the United States to use the chip sanctions strategy to bring down China. Ren Zhengfei said that if Huawei pretends to be dead, Huawei will really die. This is really inspiring. Huawei directly turned on the self-rescue mode with the intention of getting rid of American technology and taking a path of independent research and development. The United States has made every effort to stop the Chinese chip industry from becoming stronger and stronger. They thought that blocking technology could curb the development of Chinese chips, but they underestimated the anti-fragility of the Chinese market. Huang Lingyi, known as the mother of China's Loongson, once said, "My greatest wish in this life is to crawl on the ground and wipe away the shame of the motherland." This sentence speaks out the innocent hearts of countless scientific and technological workers. It took Chinese scientific and technological personnel 20 years from imitation to independent research and development. Every step of this Chinese core is a loud counterattack against the U.S. technological bullying. CCTV News immediately released a meaningful news: Loongson 3C6000 adopts the Dragon architecture instruction system independently designed by China, without relying on any foreign authorized technology or any overseas supply chain. In the future, this Chinese core will be applied in many key fields. These fields have extremely high requirements for security. Only the Chinese core can make people feel more at ease. The price of domestic servers equipped with Loongson is only 60% of imported products. Every penny saved is consolidating China's digital foundation. The countermeasures in the hit. For a country like the United States, with an incomplete industrial development chain, China's rare earth control is the best means to curb their unilateral hegemony. In mid-May, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology lowered its rare earth oxide quota to the United States by 40%. And included high-purity neodymium iron-boron materials in the Special Review Project for the first time. In 2023, The Pentagon's report at the time pointed out that if China's rare earth supply was interrupted for more than half a year, about 40% of the U.S. military's tactical equipment would be cut off from parts supply and maintenance and support, affecting the main combat aircraft of the Air Force, Navy shipborne radar, Army communication systems and drone electronic modules. In this way, the delivery of the U.S. F-35 fighter jets seems to be extended indefinitely. The Washington Post made a rare statement: China is not clamoring for war, but making rules you have to accept. China's rare earth reserves account for 40% of the world's total reserves, but China's core rare earth separation technology can basically supply more than 92% of the world's rare earth products, and the United States cannot get around it anyway. On May 25, the Cyberspace Administration of China officially released the results of the security review. Micron's storage system has major security risks and is completely stopped from being used in national critical infrastructure. As soon as this result came out, Micron's share in China fell rapidly, while domestic companies such as Yangtze Memory Technologies, Geiger Device, and Tongshan UOS quickly took over the market vacancies. And they will continue to cooperate with Chinese chip technology when building factories in Brazil and opening mines in Chile. Now giants such as Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu are frantically testing domestic chips, and Huawei's Ascend 910D is aiming at the throne of NVIDIA H100. The shocking reversal of this chip game has finally made the West see clearly that there is no neck in the dictionary of Chinese companies. Late at night on July 2, a piece of news exploded in the technology circle. Germany's Siemens, the United States Synopsys, and Cadence Design Electronics, the three global chip design software giants, almost simultaneously received a notice from the U.S. Department of Commerce. Export restrictions on chip design software to China were lifted. Effective immediately. The United States finally realized that they were playing a bad game, which hurt others and did not benefit themselves. After China imposed sanctions, the U.S. softened its rhetoric, exposing its paper tiger nature. It wants to suppress China, but is afraid of completely angering China and affecting subsequent tariff negotiations. In a world of great contention, only innovators are strong, and only self-reliance can win. The desperate counterattack of China's chip industry not only tore apart the Western technological myth, but also revealed a truth: any blockade and suppression is just a stepping stone on the road to great rejuvenation. There is still a long way to go in the future, and the Chinese chip industry needs to continue to work hard to truly achieve the era of leapfrogging from usable to easy to use and then to leading. No one can stop China's road to independent innovation in science and technology.